Welcome to our AN Star video, or as we call it, ISVi, the collaborative lens on Vancouver, unfiltered, unscripted, and powered by community. We're not just a voice behind the mic, we're a collective of creators, thinkers, storytellers, and city lovers coming together to spotlight the people, places, and energy that make Vancouver what it is. From coast mountains, skylines, to neon lit back streets, we're covering everything from downtown buzz to the untold stories shaping our scene. You'll find us exclusively on YouTube. No algorithms, no filters, just real talk. For behind the scenes, updates, and chaotic brilliance in real time, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. So hit subscribe, drop a comment, and help us grow from 100 to 10,000 and beyond. Because this isn't just our platform, it's yours too. Turn it up, get into it. Let's talk Vancouver. This is ISVi. If you've ever walked down a Vancouver street and been passed by someone in Lululemon gear, sipping a green smoothie while simultaneously scheduling their breathwork session and mentally prepping for their third hike of the day, congrats. You've entered the West Coast Wellness Arena trademark, where self-care is less of a concept and more of a full contact sport. In this city, wellness isn't just something you do. It's something you perform, Instagram, align with your personal brand, and write off on your taxes as mental clarity optimization. Everyone is either going to yoga, coming from hot yoga, or talking about how they should go back to yoga. And if they're not doing yoga, they're hiking a mountain in the name of rest. Welcome to Vancouver, a place where fitness is a lifestyle, mindfulness is a flex, and drinking activated charcoal is somehow considered a normal Tuesday. Where your Apple Watch holds more power over your self-worth than your bank account, and your aura is expected to be as clean as your Whole Foods loyalty card. Here, wellness culture is fully embedded into the city's identity. It's in the overpriced almond milk lattes, the cold plunges that double as trauma bonding sessions, and the deeply spiritual kombucha flights you pretend to enjoy at the farmer's market. It's West Coast serotonin, served with a side of quinoa, palo santo, and seasonal depression from vitamin D deficiency. But underneath the avocado toast aesthetic lies a complicated, slightly sweaty truth. Vancouver's obsession with wellness is part therapy, part theater, and part social capital. Sure, it's rooted in good intentions, health, longevity, finding peace in a chaotic world, but it's also tangled up in classism, performance culture, and the deeply millennial urge to solve your problems with smoothies and hot girl walks. So in this deep stretch of a deep dive, we're about to unravel it all, from goat yoga to group trauma, spin class, breathwork bros to gym girlies, and all the sage burning, protein blending, mantra chanting vibes in between. Because on the West Coast, wellness isn't just something you do, it's something you survive. Vancouver didn't walk so wellness could run it sprinted uphill barefoot in the rain while carrying a kombucha growler and reciting positive affirmations. If wellness culture had a capital city, this place would be its crunchy, collagen-boosted headquarters. Around here, taking care of yourself isn't just encouraged, it's low-key expected, branded, and possibly trademarked. People in Vancouver treat self-care the way some people treat job interviews, with preparation, commitment, and at least one new outfit. You can't just rest. You need to curate rest. A Sunday nap isn't lazy, it's called intentional stillness. Drinking water? No, babe. That's a hydration ritual, and it better be filtered through 7 ethically sourced crystals. Everywhere you turn, there's a new way to optimize your mind, body, or soul. Morning beach meditations, cold plunges in glacial water for the lymphatic reset. Infrared sauna dates because apparently traditional sweating is for peasants. Let's not forget the outfits, because nothing says inner peace like spending $140 on leggings made from recycled ocean plastic that still somehow have 0 pockets. Vancouverites treat Lululemon like a second skin, Patagonia like a personality, and the phrase active wear like a religious calling. Dressing for errands means preparing for a surprise hike, AIT class, and a juice bar networking moment just in case. Fitness and wellness in this city are like a second job you didn't apply for but are definitely being judged on. People track their macros more religiously than they track their rent payments, and missing a workout here is the equivalent of emotional theft. You'll overhear conversations about gut health, cortisol levels, and cold brew alkalinity at every cafe, and no one's joking. Ever. Let's be real, in Vancouver, yoga isn't something you do, it's something you become. You don't just attend a class, You transcend planes of existence while sweating through $120 leggings and wondering if this counts as cardio or spiritual enlightenment. Spoiler, it's both, and your chakras better be aligned before brunch. Yoga in Vancouver has gone way beyond downward dog. This is a city where the yoga industrial complex runs deeper than your hip flexors. You've got studios on every corner offering everything from gentle flows to core-destroying inferno sculpt fusion. Half the city has a favorite instructor who also moonlights as a breathwork coach, Reiki master, and part-time herbalist. And sure, yoga technically originated as a spiritual practice in ancient India, but in Vancouver, it's been repackaged with eucalyptus mist, artisan mala beads, and monthly packages that cost more than your car insurance. If yoga is Vancouver's unofficial religion, then fitness is its daily act of devotion, and you better believe it comes with a playlist, an Apple Watch notification, and an Instagram story with the morning grind sticker. Let's start with the grouse grind, also known as the Mother Nature's Stairmaster of Death. It's a 2.5-kilometer uphill hike straight into the sky and a personality trait for at least 60% of Vancouverites. People casually say, "Oh, I just did the grind this morning," like it's a walk in the park. No, babe, it's a vertical crisis with pine trees. Now pivot to the gym scene, where boutique fitness is thriving like a Kia pet in a rainstorm. These are the studios where you need a pre-class ritual, a hydration strategy, and probably a signed waiver. Spin class in Vancouver is not just cycling, it's theater. There's a fog machine, LED lights, a remix of Beyoncé screaming at you to level up, and an instructor who speaks exclusively in inspirational threats, push harder. You're not just riding a bike, you're pedaling toward your highest self. Meanwhile, your lungs are writing a breakup letter to your body. Functional fitness is huge here too, because why just lift weights when you can do a burpee pull-up sled push combo while being judged by a guy named Chad who tracks macros like a stockbroker tracks crypto? Bonus points if your gym has exposed brick, cold eucalyptus towels, and a smoothie bar with protein powders that sound like Greek gods. Try our new adaptogenic blend. Zusi Pump trademark. Let's get one thing straight. In Vancouver, you can't swing a yoga mat without hitting someone sipping a $16 green smoothie and casually explaining the anti-inflammatory benefits of turmeric, spirulina, and moral superiority. You see, on the West Coast, wellness often walks a fine line between empowerment and peer-reviewed restriction. Gone are the days of counting calories. Now we cleanse, we detox, and we cut out processed food translation. We panic if there's gluten within 500 met res. Vancouver is a paradise for food trends. One week it's raw veganism, the next it's intuitive fasting, which is just forgetting to eat with a cute name. Keto, paleo, Whole30, alkaline, dairy-free, soy-free, joy-free. Everyone here is on some kind of eating protocol. And let's talk juice cleanses, because nothing says wellness like spending 3 days drinking liquefied salad and pretending you're spiritually lighter while your body is writing a strongly worded email to your brain titled, "Girl, we need a sandwich." Some cities chase clout. Some cities chase capital. Vancouver chases inner peace with the intensity of a CrossFit coach and the aesthetic of a pinter as bored named Moon Vibes Only. We're talking about a city where you can go from a hot yoga class to a Reiki session, then hit a breathwork circle in the woods, all before brunch. Vancouver has lovingly embraced what can only be described as soft mysticism with premium pricing. If you've never been in a studio where someone waved burning sage around your aura while gently telling you your third eye needs boundaries, then welcome. Mindfulness isn't just a buzzword here, it's a personality trait and a moral ranking system. People will straight up compare meditation apps the way others compare crypto portfolios. "Oh, you use Headspace? Cute. I only do 1-1 trauma-informed breathwork with a sound healer named Sage who learned from a monk in a lightning storm." Don't get it twisted. There are practitioners doing meaningful, ethical work rooted in community, culture, and genuine care. But there's also a whole sub-industry out here selling vibrational healing water for $22 a bottle, and casually forgetting that smudging is a sacred indigenous practice, not a trendy air freshener. At first glance, Vancouver's wellness scene looks like a utopia. Kombucha on tap, mountain air in your lungs, and people doing yoga on paddleboards like it's NBD. But dig just a little deeper, and you'll start to wonder, is this wellness movement for everyone, or just for those who can afford to heal in Lululemon? Let's be real. Wellness in Vancouver is often priced like it's curing diseases, unblocking chakras, and paying your rent. Dropping classes, $26. Plant-based smoothies, $18. Intuitive eating course taught by a lady named Saffron who once studied nutrition on YouTube, a casual $300. The problem? Wellness here often feels less like a community and more like an exclusive club with a dress code that requires earth tones and intergenerational wealth. Marginalized communities, including BIPOC queer folks, disabled people, and those living paycheck to paycheck, have historically been left out of these conversations. And when they do show up, they're often met with gatekeeping, tokenism, or a diversity panel at the one event that didn't cost $80 and a coconut-based dress code. Vancouver's wellness culture loves to borrow from Indigenous, South Asian, and African traditions. Yoga, sage burning, sound healing, acupuncture, but rarely credits or reinvests in the communities those practices come from. It's all good vibes until someone brings up colonialism, and then suddenly everyone in the sound bath is silent for a different reason. Let's also talk about body diversity, or rather, the glaring lack of it. Most Vancouver fitness spaces still market health, using the same image on repeat. Thin, cis, able-bodied, white-presenting people in expensive gear, holding green juice like it's a sacred artifact. But it's not all bad. There are grassroots movements, community-led studios, and QT+B, IPO, C-led wellness spaces challenging this norm. They're making healing accessible, centering care without capitalism, and redefining what wellness looks like when it's actually built for everyone. At the end of the day, wellness in Vancouver is a full-on mood, and also a full-time hustle. You're constantly being pulled in 17 directions by the gravitational force of kombucha pop-ups, hot yoga flash sales, and a naturopath trying to convince you that your migraines are caused by gluten and capitalism. It's easy to feel like you're failing at self-care when you're surrounded by people who treat 5 a.m. cold plunges like foreplay and talk about their gut microbiome like it's a group chat. But let's be clear, balance isn't something you find on the top of a mountain after a $200 breathwork session. It's something you define for yourself, preferably while wearing sweatpants and ignoring your fitness app. Because here's the thing, you don't need a 7-step skincare routine infused with moon water to be aligned. You don't need to eat chia seed pudding that looks like frog eggs or take ice baths with guys named Bodhi who own one tank top and a lot of opinions on gut health. You need rest. You need joy. You need the freedom to define wellness in a way that doesn't require a second job or a Yoga Alliance certification. In a city like Vancouver, where the wellness aesthetic can feel more curated than your Instagram Explore page, the real flex is keeping your peace without performing it. Sometimes that means hiking Cypress and feeling your soul high-five your body. Sometimes it means skipping leg day to binge watch something dumb and eat an entire loaf of sourdough in your robe. Both are valid. Both are spiritual. Both count. So yes, wellness is everywhere in this city, from the mountain peaks to the overpriced matcha on Main Street, but the key is not to get lost in the noise, the influencers, or the overcomplicated smoothie recipes. Wellness isn't found at the bottom of a green juice. It's found in your ability to laugh, breathe, nap, and exist without having to monetize your self-improvement. Find what works. Forget the rest. And remember, inner peace doesn't have to cost $300 a month. Sometimes, it's just muting notifications and eating a bagel in silence. And just like that, the city's pulse slows, but the story doesn't stop. You've been watching ISVi star video, where voices come together and the city speaks back. We're a crew, not a single face. A movement, not a moment. And every episode, that's built with you for you by all of us. From the seawall to the skyline, from underground voices to rooftop vibes, we're telling the stories that don't make the news, but make the neighborhood. If this episode hit, pass it on. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Drop a comment and tell us what your Vancouver sounds like. We're building this together, clip by clip, story by story. From 100 to 10K to wherever this takes us, when we get there, we all show up. So until the next drop, stay loud, stay collective, and stay in it. This is ISVi, signing off.